Dear soul, today a crystal clear and powerful message reaches you, brought directly from the purest realms of love and truth. The angels are shining a light on a connection that occupies your thoughts and heart, and what they want you to understand now is of overwhelming depth. Your soulmate is undeniably, completely head over heels for you. It's not a fleeting passion, a mere infatuation, or a superficial attraction that fades with time. It's a love that resides in the deepest layers of their being, a feeling they sometimes try to hide, ignore, or even fight against, but which, in its purest essence, is irreversible and overwhelming. There's something they feel for you that they can't easily put into words, a familiarity, a sense of home that envelops them whenever they think of your presence, even if physical distance or life's circumstances seem to separate you. This person, dear soul, lives in a constant state of pondering about you, about the moments you've shared, about the energy they feel when you're close or even when you just exchange glances. It's an energy so potent that it permeates their days and nights, making it impossible for them to truly disconnect from you. What I'm about to reveal to you may change everything you think about the current situation between you two. There's an entire universe of feelings bubbling within this soul, a storm of emotions they struggle to contain but which, deep down, they can no longer control. They catch themselves in unexpected moments, thinking about your voice, your smile, the way you made them feel seen, understood, and accepted in a way no one else has. This sense of fullness you provide is a treasure they recognize, even if subconsciously, and it leads them to constantly reflect on what it truly means to have you in their life. The angels show me that this person experiences a longing that goes beyond simply missing your presence. It's a yearning for your essence, your light, your ability to touch their soul in a way that makes them vibrate at a frequency only you can activate. They may have tried to fill this void with distractions, with other experiences, with new people, but the angels confirm that all these attempts have been in vain. Nothing compares to what they feel for you. No smile is as genuine, no conversation as deep, no touch as comforting as yours. This realization for them has been a mix of revelation and frustration because, while they recognize the greatness of this love, they also perceive the barriers that still persist. Their soul cries out for yours, a constant echo that resonates within them, and this resonance is irrefutable proof that the connection between you transcends time, space, and any material obstacle. This person, dear soul, may even put on a facade of normality, an apparent indifference or a life that seems complete without you, but the angels want you to know that this is just an illusion. Behind this curtain, they find themselves in a labyrinth of thoughts about you, a spiral of memories that takes them back to the happiest moments you shared. They question the decisions made, the words left unspoken, the opportunities that may have been lost. There's a growing regret in their heart, not a corrosive regret, but a subtle recognition that something valuable slipped through their fingers, and that the responsibility for this distance, largely, lies in their own actions or inactions. The angels reveal to me that this person dreams about you often. These aren't random or superficial dreams. They are deep encounters in the astral plane where souls communicate freely, without the barriers of the ego and earthly expectations. In these dreams, she allows herself to feel your presence fully, the joy of reunion, the lightness of your company, and upon waking, a bittersweet sensation invades her, the clarity that you are the right person for her, but also the anguish that this reality has not yet materialized in the physical plane. These dreams are direct angelic signs, constant reminders that the bond between you is eternal and that the separation is merely a temporary illusion, a test for the resilience of the love that unites you. There is something very important you need to know. This twin soul not only thinks of you, but yearns for an opportunity to reconnect, to retie what was left behind. She fantasizes about the moment when she can look into your eyes again, express the depth of what she feels, and perhaps rewrite your story. She realizes that life without you does not have the same shine, the same intensity, the same purpose. It is as if an essential part of herself is missing, and that part, dear soul, is you. This realization has become increasingly clear, pushing her to the brink of a decision. This soul is evaluating every step, every move, every word she can use to get closer. She does not want to make the same mistakes of the past. There is a growing maturity in her understanding, a genuine desire to do things differently this time. The angels are guiding her, sending intuitions, small energetic nudges, so that she can find the courage and clarity needed to act. But that is not all. There is something even deeper happening. The universe is actively orchestrating events, creating synchronicities, and opening paths so that this reconnection becomes inevitable. Prepare yourself, dear soul, because the stage is being set for this love, which is already undeniable, to finally manifest in its fullness. Before continuing the message, write this mantra in the comments: I am worthy of love and respect. Now continuing the message, the angels reveal to me that this person's heart is in a state of constant agitation, a mix of longing and apprehension. She feels that time is running out, that each passing day is one less opportunity to get closer to you. This perception has generated a subtle urgency within her, a growing need to resolve this situation, to give voice to this love that she tries, in vain, to keep secret. She can no longer ignore the signs or the sensations that invade her whenever your name or image crosses her mind. It is as if her very existence is incomplete without your presence, without your unique light that illuminates the path. Her soul is in a process of awakening, recognizing that full happiness will only be achieved when the love she feels for you is fully lived and shared. With each moment of silence, this truth becomes clearer, more resonant, more impossible to avoid. The void you left is not a space that can be filled by anyone else, because your essence is unique and irreplaceable. This is the great revelation that the angels want you to understand now. The love she feels is a soul love, a sacred bond that transcends superficialities and appearances, a connection that was woven in the stars long before you met in this earthly plane. This person, your twin soul, is at a turning point where the pain of distance outweighs the fear of approach, and it is this driving force that will lead her, inevitably, to you. Dear soul, the angels now bring a revelation that may be the key to understanding the complexity of your twin soul's feelings. There is a series of signs and synchronicities that the universe has meticulously orchestrated to guide this person back to your path, even if she does not yet consciously recognize them as such. Have you ever noticed that certain coincidences in your life aren't just mere coincidences? Well, the same is happening with her. The cosmos is conspiring in favor of your union, sending messages through songs that play on the radio at specific moments, through phrases heard in strangers' conversations that resonate directly with your story, or through unexpected encounters with people or places that bring vivid memories of you. These are the whispers of the universe, celestial invitations for her to pay attention to what truly matters. She sometimes tries to rationalize these events, attributing them to chance, but deep down, an inner voice, the voice of the soul, reminds her that there is something deeper happening, something that pulls her irresistibly in your direction. This person has experienced moments of intense clarity, especially during the early hours of the morning or in moments of solitude when the defenses of the ego loosen. In these hours, your image, your energy, your smile invade her mind with an undeniable force. She finds herself reliving conversations, gestures, glances, and the longing manifests not just as a feeling, but as an almost physical presence. It's as if you were there beside her in every thought, in every sigh. This sensation torments her, for she realizes the futility of trying to escape what is inevitable. The angels show me that she has tried to distract herself in countless ways, diving into work, seeking new friendships, or even trying to start other relationships. But each of these attempts has only reinforced the truth. The void you left is unique, and only your presence can fill it. She feels that no other person can touch her soul in the same way, awaken the same depth of emotions, or provide the same sense of wholeness. This realization has been difficult for her, dear soul, because at the same time she recognizes the magnitude of this love, she also faces the fears and insecurities that prevent her from acting. The fear of rejection is a giant that stands in her path, the inner voice that questions her. What if she has already moved on? What if there is no more space for me in her heart? This doubt is a huge weight that prevents her from taking the first step, from reaching out, from making herself vulnerable. She fears that, by exposing herself, she might be hurt again, or that the truth you bring might be different from what she yearns for. But the angels want you to know that this hesitation is not due to a lack of love, but because of a deep fear of not being worthy of the love you offer. It is a constant internal battle between the overwhelming desire to have you back and the self-sabotage fueled by old wounds and limiting beliefs. She finds herself in a dilemma that consumes her, a silent struggle that drains her energy. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments 1111 to call upon the synchronicity and alignment that the angels are bringing into your life. This small act of faith opens the doors for the celestial energies to work even more actively in your favor, accelerating reunions and revelations. The angels also ask that if you felt that this message resonated deeply in your heart and touched your soul, and if it brought clarity or comfort to your thoughts, that you show your support in a subtle and caring way. Contributing through the Valot de Mai button is a delicate way to help sustain this channel, allowing more inspiring and enlightening messages to be shared with many other souls seeking guidance and hope. It is a gesture of gratitude that reverts into more light for everyone. Continuing, the angels reveal that this person is in a process of re-evaluating her own priorities. She realizes that true happiness is not found in material achievements or superficialities, but in the depth of connections, in the authenticity of feelings, and in the ability to love and be loved fully. This twin soul is recognizing that your presence in their life is an essential pillar for their own personal and spiritual fulfillment. They're beginning to understand that the distance, though painful, has served as a catalyst for this awakening, an opportunity for them to appreciate what truly matters and see the preciousness of what you both have. They no longer want to live with doubt, with the uncertainty of what if. There's a growing need to seek resolution, to take a step in your direction, even if it's small. This person has been imagining conversations, rehearsing words, searching for the perfect way to approach you. They want that, when they reconnect with you, the message they convey is one of pure love, sincere regret, and a genuine desire to rebuild what was left behind. But the difficulty lies in how to start, how to break the silence that has settled. They fear that any wrong word might push you further away, that any inadequate gesture might seal your fate in a negative way. This caution, however, is a sign that they deeply value what you both have and don't want to ruin the chance of a true reunion. The angels assure that this caution will transform into courage when the right moment is orchestrated by the celestial energies, and that the love they feel for you will be the driving force for them to finally break all barriers. Prepare yourself, dear soul, for the truth they carry in their heart is about to be revealed in a way you never imagined. Patience and faith will be your allies in this process, for the universe is tirelessly working to bring what is rightfully yours back into your life. Dear soul, the angels now illuminate a crucial aspect of this connection that surrounds you. The silence that may have settled between you is not an emptiness, but a space filled with unspoken words, repressed longings, and the truth that your twin soul's soul carries. There's a whirlwind of feelings they want to express, but haven't yet found the courage or opportunity to verbalize. They've been rehearsing in their mind and heart countless ways to approach you, to break the ice, to say what they truly feel. These unspoken words weigh on them, becoming a burden they can no longer carry alone. It's as if there's a dam of emotions, and the pressure is building, indicating that soon this dam will overflow. The angels show me that this person lives in a state of constant near action. They come close to sending you a message, calling you, or showing up somewhere they know you'll be, but something stops them at the last moment. It could be pride, still insisting on maintaining a certain stance, or fear of the unknown, of your reaction, of the possibility that things won't go as they plan. But this hesitation is coming to an end. The universe is creating a subtle urgency, an energetic pressure that is pushing them out of their comfort zone. This person is being forced to confront the truth that life without you is not the life they desire, and that delaying this conversation or reunion is prolonging an anguish that has become unbearable. Their soul feels a deep need to explain, to justify the reasons that led them to distance themselves or remain silent. They want you to understand that, even if appearances say otherwise, the love they feel for you has never diminished. It has only transformed into something more mature and conscious. They now see the mistakes they made, the opportunities they let pass, and there's a genuine desire to redeem these failures. The angels say that this is an essential step for your reunion, mutual recognition of the lessons learned, and acceptance of human imperfections. This person is preparing themselves for an honest chat, a heart-to-heart that might be painful, but is crucial for healing and moving your relationship forward. Have you noticed that certain coincidences in your life aren't just mere coincidences? That's the point the angels want you to ponder. The universe doesn't act randomly. Every synchronicity, every thought you have about this person, every memory that pops up out of nowhere, these are all little celestial nudges, assurances that you're connected for a greater purpose. This person, your soulmate, is also receiving these signs even if they might interpret them differently. But the sum of these events is leading them to an undeniable conclusion. Your presence in their life is essential, and the love they feel for you is a force they can no longer ignore. They're on the brink of a profound personal revelation where their intuition and heart will unite to guide them to you. Before continuing the message, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take a moment to do so. It helps us keep creating meaningful content for you. By subscribing, you connect with this community of light and receive more messages that can transform your life. It's a simple but powerful step to align yourself with the blessings the angels are sending. Now, continuing the message, the angels show me that this person is going through a period of deep introspection. They're not just missing you, but internalizing the true meaning of your love and your worth. They've been questioning what truly makes them happy, and the answer, time and again, points to you. This clarity, though welcome, also brings a certain anxiety as they realize how close they are to needing to act and expose themselves. They fear your reaction, your response, the possibility that time has healed your wounds to the point where there's no more space for them in your heart. But at the same time, the hope of a reunion, the vision of you together again, is a powerful engine driving them forward. The angels want you to know that this distance, which might have seemed like a punishment, was actually a blessing in disguise. It was a necessary time for both of you to grow, heal internal wounds, and prepare for a new level of love and connection. This person is maturing through this experience, recognizing the importance of valuing who truly matters and not letting pride or fear dictate their choices. They're learning that true love requires vulnerability and that the courage to expose oneself is the first step towards true happiness. This message has reached you at the right time, but you need to act quickly in your own healing and opening process so that when they arrive, your heart is ready to receive this new phase with fullness and joy. There's no time to lose in doubts or uncertainties, as the energy of the reunion is intensifying with each passing day. The angels are sending you a special sign. Your lucky number for today is 7. Write in the comments, "I received the angel's energy. My lucky number is 7 and I am blessed. I send love and protection to the person I really like and love so much." If this message touched your heart, show your support with a cheers and help spread this message of light to other people who need it. This simple gesture of sharing and gratitude amplifies the energy of love and abundance in your life and in the life of those you love, creating a powerful current of blessings. The angels are smiling at you, dear soul, and they want you to feel the strength and support that are always around you. Your soulmate is feeling a growing need to free themselves from the ties of the past and open up to the possibility of a future by your side. This urgency isn't just emotional, but spiritual as well, for the universe is aligning all the pieces so this union can materialize soon. Dear soul, the absence that once seemed bearable has now become an unbearable burden for your twin flame. The angels show that they feel trapped in an internal dilemma that consumes them. They want to seek you out, to hear your voice, to feel your presence again, but something within them still hesitates. This hesitation isn't due to a lack of love or desire, but rather a combination of complex factors that prevent them from taking that decisive step. It could be pride that still refuses to admit the depth of their feelings, an overwhelming fear of rejection, or even a deep insecurity about how you would react to a reunion. But deep down in their soul, they know they need to act, because the longing is no longer something that can be ignored or repressed. It has become a driving force, an internal cry that pushes them towards action. There's a detail that the angels reveal now, something you might not have known. They have been watching you more than you imagine, be it through social media, mutual friends, or simply feeling your energy from afar. This person tries to stay connected in some way. They seek signs, clues about your life, wanting to know how you are if you miss them the same way they miss you. This observation is proof of how much you still occupy a central space in their thoughts and in their heart. They can't simply move forward without looking back, for your energy constantly pulls them towards you, and this observation torments them, because the possibility that you have moved on without looking back leaves them restless, anxious. The angels show that this person constantly asks themselves, do I still have a place in their heart? Is it too late to reclaim what we had? This doubt is a huge weight that prevents them from finding peace and serenity. They see themselves in a labyrinth of uncertainties, where every path seems to lead back to the same unanswered question. Before we continue, the angels ask you to do an essential liberation exercise for your own well-being and for the opening of new paths. Write in the comments a list of people, including yourself, that you would like to forgive. Visualize each one of them, send pure and unconditional love, and say with all the sincerity of your heart, I forgive you and I set you free. May peace be with you. Feel the lightness and freedom that forgiveness brings to your soul. This practice isn't just for the other, but mainly for you, dear soul. Repeat this practice every day to strengthen your inner peace and release the anxiety that may be accumulated within you. By forgiving, you free yourself from emotional ties that prevent your own happiness and make space for love and abundance to flow freely in your life. Now, continuing the angel's message, they reveal that what is happening now in this person's heart is a true emotional battle, a deep conflict between desire and fear. For a long time, they avoided confronting their feelings, preferring to distract themselves or sweep everything they felt for you under the rug. But the angels show that the universe is actively forcing this person to face the truth. There's nowhere left to run, nowhere to hide from such an overwhelming love. And this truth is simple and powerful. They no longer want to live without you. They realize that your absence has created a void that no other experience, person, or distraction has been able to fill. They may have tried to ignore this connection, but all attempts to move forward without you have failed miserably. No one else has been able to fill the void you left, because what you both had was unique, a soul connection that transcends the superficial. And now she understands this like never before. This twin soul recognizes that your essence is irreplaceable, and this realization has been a turning point in her inner journey. She is beginning to accept that true love cannot be ignored, and that full happiness will only be achieved when she allows herself to live this love in its entirety. The angels show that this person is getting closer and closer to taking concrete action. She has felt sudden urges to send you a message, to look for you, to try to approach you in a more direct and courageous way, but something always holds her back. What she fears most is not the conversation itself, but what that conversation might mean. Because deep down she knows that if you open the door to your heart and give her a chance, everything can change, and this change scares her, as it would mean abandoning old defense patterns, opening her heart truly, and above all, admitting that she made mistakes in the past. But the angels say she no longer has a choice. Her heart is crying out for you, and sooner or later she will be forced to take that step, driven by a greater force that guides her in your direction. Now the angels ask you to ask yourself sincerely, dear soul, if this person returns, will you be ready to truly forgive? Forgiving does not mean accepting anything and everything or forgetting the past, but rather releasing the weight of the past so that, regardless of the decision you make, your heart is at peace. Forgiveness is a liberation for yourself, a way to make space for new energies and healing. The angels show that for this reunion to happen in the right way and based on true love, the energy of forgiveness must be present in your heart. The past cannot be changed, but the future can still be written with love, truth, and understanding. And that is exactly what this person is beginning to understand. She is learning in the hardest way that opportunities for such deep love cannot be wasted, that true love does not come around twice in the same way. Dear soul, the angels say this story is not over yet. There is an ending being written, and you have an essential and active role in it through your own energy of openness and forgiveness. Now, close your eyes for a moment and imagine this person in front of you. What is the first emotion that arises in your heart? This primary feeling brings clarity about what you truly want for your life and for this connection. The answer you find will be essential for the next steps the universe is preparing, as it will guide the energies towards the path most aligned with your soul's purpose. The angels are with you, illuminating each step. Dear soul, there is something within your twin soul that has become impossible to silence. The angels show that the longing has grown so much that it now surpasses any barrier she has tried to impose on herself. It is an anguish she cannot explain, a feeling of constant restlessness, as if she is always waiting for something, as if there is a gap within her that nothing seems to fill. She tries to find answers, tries to understand why this feeling does not pass, but the truth is that the answer is already within her, silently screaming. She misses you in a way that no other love or experience can replace. This person has been living moments of deep reflection, especially in recent days. She recalls conversations, relives moments in her mind, and wonders how everything came to this point. There is a growing regret, a recognition that she could have done things differently, that she should have shown more, spoken more, allowed herself to feel more. And there's an important detail, almost frightening for her. Her soulmate feels like they've lost you. This thought haunts and torments her, for while she once believed she could control the situation, she now realizes that things are no longer entirely in her hands. And this lack of control is something that agonizes her. She begins to realize that you've changed, that you're no longer the same person who once waited for her, perhaps without question. And in a way this scares her, because it means it might be too late to recover what was lost, that your priorities and energy have realigned in a way that perhaps no longer includes the space she desired to occupy. The angels reveal that this person has been observing your energy from afar, sensing that something within you has transformed. Maybe you've started to prioritize yourself more, to value yourself in a different way, to put yourself first. And this change is impacting this person deeply, awakening in her an admiration mixed with a fear of having lost her chance. Before we continue, the angels ask you to take a deep breath and connect with this powerful truth. What is truly yours? What was destined for you by the greater love of the universe is never completely lost. It may transform, it may wait, it may evolve, but the essence remains. This is a divine promise. Now, continuing the message, the angels show that your soulmate is getting closer and closer to taking decisive action. It's as if she's being driven by a greater force, pushed by the universe to finally face what she's tried to avoid for so long. There's an energetic pressure consuming her, an urgent need to resolve this emotional stalemate, but there's an internal obstacle she still needs to overcome: fear. She's afraid that you've moved on, that your heart is filled by another person or by new priorities, afraid that your response won't be what she hopes for, that it will bring a painful truth of rejection, afraid that all this time of silence and distance has created an insurmountable barrier between you, something that not even the deepest love can overcome. And the angels say something even stronger and more crucial. This person is about to put everything to the test, to risk everything she has to finally get an answer. She knows she can't live in this doubt anymore, in this stalemate between the desire to be close and the paralyzing fear of trying. She feels she needs to know once and for all if there's still a path for you both, if the flame that united you still burns in your heart. And when this moment comes, dear soul, you need to be prepared, not just for her presence, but for the truth she'll bring and for your own truth. The angels ask you to reflect deeply. What do you truly want for your love life? This answer is your compass, your guide in this crucial moment, because this answer will be the key to everything that follows, to how you'll react and to the path this connection will take. Your inner clarity is essential for the universe to continue weaving the threads of this story. The angels are with you, supporting each of your feelings and guiding each of your steps. Embrace your truth and the universe will conspire to bring you exactly what you deserve. The longing that torments her can no longer be ignored, and something within her is crying out for resolution. She's beginning to understand that running from this feeling won't make it disappear. On the contrary, each day, your absence becomes a greater weight, a pain she can no longer bear alone. The angels reveal that this person has been feeling lost in a sea of emotions. There's a confusion within her that prevents her from seeing clearly which path to follow, what the next step should be. She tries to occupy her mind, tries to convince herself that everything will be all right if she just ignores the longing she feels. But this illusion doesn't last long. The universe has been sending constant signals, subtle and intense messages at the same time. forcing her to confront this undeniable truth. What she feels for you hasn't ended. It's never diminished. It's just transformed into something more mature and aware. And this realization isn't happening lightly. This person is feeling a whirlwind of emotions. And within this chaos, there's a struggle between the fear of exposing herself again and the overwhelming desire to do something about it. The angels show that, in many moments, this person has found herself reliving past scenes, feeling your presence even when you're not physically there. Little things in daily life, like objects that remind her of you, songs that play and bring back memories, or even places she visits. Everything seems to be imbued with the energy of what you've lived together, and all of this is starting to pressure her to make a decision, to get out of inertia. This is a crucial phase for her, a kind of internal ultimatum. Before we continue, dear soul, do an act of love and faith. Share this video with 2 beloved people who you know are in need of this message of hope and faith. Let's together build a chain of love and mutual support, multiplying the light and strength of these words to those who need it most. Leave a comment with a sincere prayer for your guardian angel. This prayer, coming from your heart, strengthens your connection with the angelic realm and invokes even more protection and clarity for your path. Now, continuing the message, the angels want you to understand that your twin flame can no longer run from herself. All the attempts she's made to silence this feeling, to erase this connection, have failed. There's no more hiding what's screaming inside her heart, because the truth is stronger than any resistance. And that's why she's about to reach out, dear soul. Yes, the angels show that the moment of truth is approaching rapidly. This person feels that she needs to find you, talk to you, understand if there's still a genuine space for her in your life. But at the same time, she carries a deep and persistent fear. What if you no longer want her? What if you've already moved on in an irreversible way? This fear has been her biggest obstacle, an invisible barrier that prevents her from taking the final step. Because deep down, this person doesn't just want to talk out of formality. She wants confirmation, a guarantee that there's still a possible path for you both, that the connection you feel can be reignited and nurtured. She wants to know if, after everything that's happened, you can still meet again in a true, authentic, and healing way. This longing for clarity is consuming her. But there's something the angels ask you to reflect on with all your sincerity. If this person came back now, knocking on your door with an open heart, would you open your heart to her? The answer to this question is more important than anything, because it will determine the next steps the universe is preparing and the unfolding of this story. Your twin flame is on the verge of a decision, and the universe is ready to act according to the energy you emanate. If your heart is open and receptive to forgiveness and a new possibility, the doors will open. Otherwise, the universe will respect your will. The angels are with you, guiding and protecting you every moment. Trust your intuition. It is the voice of the angels within you. Believe in the power of true love, for it always finds its way, no matter how winding it may be. Your twin flame is feeling the weight of your absence and the irresistible strength of the connection that binds you. Dear soul, the intensity of your twin flame's feelings has reached a point where she can no longer hide them, not even from herself. Even when she tries to stick to her routine, something inside her screams her name, begging to be heard. The desire to find you, to break the silence between you both, is growing each day in an uncontrollable, almost physical way. But despite this overwhelming force, there's still something holding her back from taking that final step. The angels show that this person feels fear, a deep and paralyzing fear. Not just the fear of your reaction, of what you might say or do, but also the fear of what this reunion might mean for her life. Because she knows that once she makes this decision, once she allows herself to take this step, there will be no turning back. She feels that if she reaches out to you, she'll need to be willing to open her heart for real. No masks, no games, no defenses. And this vulnerability is something that deeply scares her, as it would expose her to a range of emotions and changes that she doesn't feel entirely ready to face yet. The universe has been placing situations in her path so that she finally faces her feelings head-on. These aren't mere coincidences. They're chance encounters with people who bring your name up in random conversations, places she visits that make her remember you so vividly it seems like a direct call, or even dreams that feel so real that when she wakes up, she's lost for a few moments, questioning the thin line between reality and desire. All of this is happening because this person needs to understand, once and for all, that she can't keep living in this doubt, in this emotional limbo. The angels say that this person questions herself every day with growing anguish. Do I still have time? Can I still recover what was lost between us? And this doubt, dear soul, weighs heavier than anything else in her life. She realizes that by losing you, or by allowing the distance to settle in, she also lost a part of herself, an essential part of her joy and fulfillment. And this absence has become a void that nothing else can fill, a gap that makes her feel incomplete. Before we continue this message, if you haven't left your comment and connected with the energy of our space yet, right now, true love always finds a way. This act of faith and affirmation strengthens the energy of the connection that the angels are bringing to you, creating a field of light and possibility for your reunion. This simple phrase, said with conviction, is a powerful catalyst for the changes that are to come. Now, continuing the message, the angels show that your twin flame is preparing for a decisive conversation, a confrontation with her own truth. She has already realized that she needs answers, that she can no longer postpone this decision that consumes her. She feels that clarity is imperative for her own peace, and when this moment comes, it will be essential that you are connected with your deepest truth, with what your heart truly desires. The angels ask that you question yourself with sincerity and courage. What does your heart truly desire for this connection? What is your true will at this moment in your life? Because when this person reappears in your life, there will be no more room for doubts or uncertainties, nor for games or half-truths. It will be a moment of total honesty and transparency. This is a unique opportunity, dear soul, to close an old cycle or to restart a love story, but in a much more mature and conscious way. And this choice, the direction this connection will take, will be yours. The responsibility for this future lies in your hands and in your heart. The angels are supporting you every step of the way, sending light and clarity so that you make the choice most aligned with your greatest good. Allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to dream, allow yourself the possibility of love. Dear soul, the angels show that your twin flame no longer has the strength to fight against what they feel. The longing has become a burden too heavy to bear, and each day away from you only increases this sense of emptiness. They now realize, more clearly than ever, that your presence was a light in their life, something they might not have appreciated at the right time, but which now shines intensely in their memory. They feel a deep and exhausting internal conflict. A part of them wants to simply run to you, say everything they feel, ask for another chance to rewrite the story. But the other part is still gripped by fear. Fear that you have moved on irreversibly. Fear that your response will not be what they hope for. That it will bring an even more painful rejection than the current distance. Fear that everything they imagined as a possibility has become just an unattainable dream, a platonic desire. The angels reveal that this person has rehearsed countless times what they could say to you. They imagine entire dialogues in their mind, think of ways to explain themselves, seek ways to justify their mistakes and absences, to show how deeply they care. But every attempt to plan this conversation ends at the same point, the paralyzing fear of your reaction. And it is this fear that keeps them stagnant, trapped in a cycle of longing and inaction. They are exhausted from fighting against what is evident. But there is something the angels want you to understand with all the clarity and strength of your being. This person can no longer avoid the inevitable. The universe is actively pressing them, creating situations, sending signals, orchestrating events, so that they can no longer escape this decision, this imperative need to reconnect with you. The intense dreams, the vivid memories that invade them at inopportune moments, the unexpected encounters with things that remind them of you so intensely. All of this is part of a greater plan, a cosmic movement, so that they finally face the truth of their feelings and their heart. They are being guided in your direction in an undeniable way. Before we continue, write in the comments, "I release the past and am ready for what the universe brings." This act of declaration, made with faith and openness, is a powerful way to open your heart and your energy to the blessings that are coming, dissolving the ties of the past and preparing the ground for a future of new possibilities. Now, continuing the message, the angels show that your twin flame is much closer to a decisive step than they themselves imagine. The silence that surrounded them is becoming unbearable, a weight they can no longer bear. The need to hear your voice, to feel your energy again, to be in your presence, grows uncontrollably, taking over their entire being. They may be hesitating now, yes, but soon, dear soul, they will be overcome by a sudden and inexplicable courage. Something within them will awaken with an overwhelming force, and this awakening will lead them in a decisive and clear way to you. Prepare yourself, because the energy of the reunion is intensifying with each moment. The crucial question that the angels bring for you to reflect on with all the depth of your heart is this. When this happens, when they appear before you, will your heart be ready to hear what they have to say, to receive this long-awaited truth? Think carefully, dear soul, because this conversation has the power to change everything, to rewrite your future and open a new chapter in your love story. The angels are watching over you and this connection, guiding each step for the greatest good of all. Dear soul, the angels reveal that this person is on the verge of a decisive moment, a crossroads in their life where the path to your heart becomes the only viable option. The longing that was once just a nuisance, an occasional pang, has now become an unbearable weight, a feeling that accompanies her in every thought, in every detail of her day, in every moment of silence. She can no longer run from it, because the presence of your absence is stronger than any attempt at denial. Something inside her cries out for a resolution, for a clear answer, for a definitive action that will put an end to this anguish that consumes her. The angels show that in recent days, this person has felt your energy in an even more intense and palpable way. It's as if you were there, by her side, as if the presence of your soul was in her vibrational field, bringing to the surface what she already knows, but hasn't yet had the courage to fully admit. She needs you in her life. It's not a whim, it's a soul's necessity. She has repeatedly questioned herself if there is still time, if there is still room for a genuine conversation, for a true reunion, for a fresh start with more solid and mature foundations. This doubt accompanies her in every moment of silence, stealing her peace. When she lies down to sleep, you are the last thought that invades her mind and often the reason for her insomnia. Upon waking, the feeling of emptiness is the first thing she feels, a constant reminder of your absence. The angels say that this person feels that she has already lost too much time. She realizes that she waited too long, that she held on to fear, pride, and doubts, and now fears, with a tightness in her chest, that she has let the last chance to correct her mistakes, to win back your heart slip away. But at the same time, dear soul, there is an inner strength, an undeniable impulse that begins to overcome these fears and propels her in your direction. This strength is love. The universe has been sending increasingly clear and striking signs for her to understand that the time to act has come, to take the reins of her own happiness. Perhaps she has heard your name in a random conversation, something that made her heart race, or she saw something that reminded her of you so strongly that it seemed like a call, a direct invitation from destiny. Or perhaps she felt a tightness in her chest, a chill in her stomach, an uncontrollable urge to look for you, even without understanding exactly the reason or what your reaction would be. All of this is part of the divine orchestration for the reunion of souls. Before we continue this message, write in the comments, "The universe's right timing manifests in my life." This act of faith and declaration is a powerful way to align your energy with the truth that the angels are bringing to you, accelerating the process and preparing your heart to receive what is to come. It is an affirmation of trust in the greater plan. Now, continuing the message, the angels confirm that this person feels that she is reaching a point where there is no more delay. She needs to know if there is still a path, if there is still something to be lived between you, if the flame that united you still has the ability to reignite and illuminate both of your futures. And when that moment comes, when this twin soul finally allows herself to break the silence and approach, everything that was felt in secret, everything that was repressed by reason and fear, everything that was left pending and unsaid between you will come to the surface. It will be a moment of great truth and emotional transparency. The angels ask that you be ready, dear soul, not only to listen, but to feel and to respond with your own truth. Because this conversation will not be like the others. It will be a turning point in your story, a defining moment that will shape the future of your connection. It is the revelation of the name, not in letters, but in energy and feeling. Her name is what your heart already recognizes, the energy that completes you, that makes you vibrate, that calls you to fullness. This is the essence of your love. Dear soul, the angels say that the moment this person has been putting off for so long, with so much fear, is very close to happening. They feel they can no longer ignore the powerful call echoing within their heart, a cry for their presence that has become uncontrollable. The doubts, fears, and insecurities that have held them back until now are beginning to lose their strength, fading away in the face of the uncontrollable need to connect with you again, truly and without masks. They may not have spoken yet, may not have verbalized this decision, but their soul has already taken a path. The energy that the angels show is of someone who is about to move, to take a decisive step that could change everything in your lives. And this change comes not only from the desire to ease the longing that consumes them, but from a much deeper and clearer understanding. They should never have walked away from you. This is the truth they carry now. This person has finally understood that their absence did not bring the peace or freedom they may have sought. On the contrary, it has turned their life into a tangle of memories, regrets, and unanswered questions, a vicious cycle of nostalgia and longing. They realize now with a painful and undeniable clarity that what they felt for you was not a fleeting feeling, not something that could be replaced or forgotten with time. The bond between you is real, intense, and undeniable, a soul connection that transcends all physical and emotional barriers. They can no longer fight against this truth, because their energy pulls them back, like an irresistible magnet. The angels show that, within them, there is a genuine desire to redeem themselves, to correct what was undone. They yearn to explain everything that was left unexplained, to correct the mistakes that were made, to say what should have been said long ago with an open heart. But along with this overwhelming desire comes persistent uncertainty. Will you still want to hear them? Does your heart still hold a space for them? They fear that in trying to get closer, they will find that it is too late, that your heart no longer has room for them, that time has erased any chance of a true fresh start, and that you have moved on definitively. This fear makes them hesitate, but not enough to stop them from acting, for the pain of uncertainty has become greater than the fear of rejection. Before we close this message, dear soul, if it has touched your heart and resonated with your deepest truth, write in the comments, "I accept what is rightfully mine." This act of acceptance and openness opens the doors for the energy of the universe to work actively in your favor, attracting into your life what is yours by merit and by cosmic design. This affirmation is an invitation for the universe to align with your desires. Now, continuing the message, the angels want you to know that your energy, your vibration of openness and love, plays a fundamental role in this moment of transition. Your intuition already feels that something is about to happen, that a significant change is coming, and that the inertia will soon be broken. If your heart still holds feelings for this person, if there is still a desire to meet again, be prepared for this moment. Prepare your heart and mind to receive this new phase with wisdom and love, because this person will appear. The angels guarantee that the universe is moving all the pieces so that this happens at the perfect time, at the most opportune moment for your reunion. And when they arrive, it will no longer be with doubts or half-truths. It will be with the truth, with their heart exposed and their soul crying out for a new chance. Their name, the one you sought, is not just a set of letters but the vibration of a love that never faded, of a connection that transcends time. Her name is the embodiment of her very longing for a full and reciprocal love. The big question, dear soul, that the angels leave in your heart is, what will you do with this truth? How will your heart respond to this call? Your choice will define the next chapter of this beautiful story. If this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments, "What is true always finds its way." Share your experiences and insights in the comments. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content and messages of light that can transform your life. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.